Hello and what is up everyone, it's Thunder Bob here, and tonight we're going to be checking out Grime. This is Metroidvania Souls-like that came out originally in August of 2021. Tomorrow, December 15th, there is a free expansion coming out called Color of Rot. The developer was kind enough to send me a code to be able to check this out prior to release. I put a little bit of time in this when it came out. I kind of got sidetracked with some other big releases, and I always meant to come back to it. With this new expansion, I'm going to give it another try, and I just want to see some of the new changes, see what it's all about. Probably going to check out like the first maybe 30 minutes of it or so, get a good kind of first impression, and we'll go from there. And just to show you, if you go into extra content, you can actually see Colors of Rot here, and it lists some of the major new changes, new areas, new bosses, new abilities, new traits, new enemies, new weapons, new music, new NPCs, new cinematic, new backtracking rewards, new source of healing, new achievements, changes and improvements, major improvements to performance, reworked mini bosses, map and beacon tweaks, can now equip any weapon for a penalty, nerfed fall damage, adjusted garden, enemy placement. So a ton of changes, and then you can actually read the full patch notes if you want to see everything. But a pretty substantial free update. I played a little bit of this earlier on the Steam Deck. I'm going to be starting fresh tonight, but I played, let's go ahead and we're just going to start a new one here. I played a little bit on the Steam Deck, and performance was great on the Steam Deck, like fabulously. 60 FPS. Very little drops. And we'll watch the quick intro here. Those are some sensual rocks right there. This is the second time I've watched the intro, and I still have no idea what's going on. Like, my understanding is this is some kind of like creation event. Like, I think how your character is created, because you're basically like a living rock who like absorbs and mutates based on what it consumes. At least that's my take on it. And there you are. This is your character at the beginning. It's definitely got like some anatomical like body horror going on at times. Like it almost feels like a Cronenberg kind of thing, like Videodrome or something. This looks great in ultra wide. On the Steam Deck, it was nice, but I really love these games in ultra wide. Kind of got a slow start here. And this is not a rogue game, from what I understand. It is more of a Metroidvania with checkpoints and like, if you die, you don't necessarily start from scratch. You are continuing your journey at the last save point, that sort of thing. It's pretty good looking. It's not like the absolutely best looking game I've ever seen, but it's got a nice style to it. Is there anything down here? Just a praying dude. It definitely has that like Metroid thing going for it, where it feels like there are secrets around every corner. Yeah, and you can absorb. Oh, you gotta time it. Up, you can look down. They definitely take a minute to give you your first weapon. Very much like kind of feels a little bit like Metroid Dread. Like the feeling of the jumps and kind of how smooth they are. And you can absorb enemy breath by holding the right trigger to convert a full breath meter into health. The jumps feel just a little floaty. Not really bad, but it's kind of... There are times where I'm looking at a jump and I'm like, can I make that? I feel like I should not be able to make that. The Weeping Cavity. And these are kind of like in a Souls game, these would be your, you know, your fireplace, your save spot, and also where you can upgrade, so you could grow. And, you know, do you want to upgrade health? Do you want to upgrade strength, resonance? So resonance is scaling for certain weapon types, same for dexterity, strength. Force is like your stamina, and health is your, well, your health. I always like to do some stamina earlier in these games. I'm not saying that's like necessarily the best way to go here, but I always like to have more dodge and more ability. Like, the more dodge, the less you need health, because you can, well, you can dodge. An imprinted level lamb becomes your checkpoint and surrogate. Whenever you're shattered, you'll reform at the last surrogate. As you reform, you will so will most prey. So it's just like a Souls game. So when you come back here or when you save, everything respawns. If I was going to make a Soulsborne game, I would call it Everything Respawns. Because that's what it's all about. The one thing I don't love, you get this dash, and you can't do it in the air. I'm so used to, like, air dashes in these type of games. And it does not work here. It just feels a little awkward. Gasp. Beautiful. Perfection. Forgive me. For a moment I thought you were one of my misshapen and disgusting brethren. But no, no, no. You are not like them at all. Your proportions are sublime. Why, thank you. Oh, flawless one. Please. Let me serve. I can be of use to you. I will look for anything that can be of use to you. Yes. I'll find you again with a gift worthy of your divine attention. Alright. Thanks, bro. I'm not great on these timings yet. Damn it. Oh, and there's one of those things. He just, like, puts it in his head, which is basically like a black hole, which is... That's pretty goddamn cool. My face is a black hole that absorbs things. I absorb you! And you notice every time I dash, it does take a little bit of the resources away. So you can't just, like, endlessly dash. But yeah. These games always have cool maps, which it's not actually filled in yet. I've got to find a thing to make it fill in. But it's totally like Metroidvania in that sense. Okay, so that just, like, looped me back around. I actually want to go that way, though, don't I? Yeah, I think I needed to go this way. Ah, mistimed. They look like giant Easter Island. Oh god, I'm gonna lose. It's because it's like such a delayed attack. There we go. And I think I can heal when that bar gets full. See, that's like, it's black over there, but you just know there's something up there. Give me your juicy, succulent energy. Can I? I can't absorb that. I think I need a weapon before I can do that. Hey, it's that dude again. Gasp! Flawless one. I may have found a gift worthy of you. I hope so. The glorious Carven use these stick things to more easily crush their disgusting lessers into useful material. Alright. So I have stuff in my inventory. I don't know what it's used for yet. Consume to gain 100 mass. So I think those are like in souls. It gives me the points to do upgrades and whatnot, I would assume. Yeah, it's up there. My mass went up. Can use to... Okay, so that'll take me back to that stone. Can be thrown at mildly annoying enemies. Cool, so I can put that on the bar. Throw to explode upon contact. So do I... Oh. I was actually just trying to test. So if I just press right, he will throw it. If I press up, he will throw it. I take it. Some of these enemies you still have to do like the absorb thing. Because like that hand, I don't think I could take on with just my little stumpy axe thing here. I said initially I played a bit on the Steam Deck. I didn't put a huge amount of time in. It was just mostly testing performance. And it easily does 60 FPS. And there's the map, which is awesome. I love maps. Maps might be my favorite thing in these type of games. But yeah, I get like 60 FPS. There was an occasional drop. And I'll show you. I mean, I'm getting 144 FPS with just an occasional stutter here. Force. Attacking and dashing consumes force, which slowly regenerates. Yeah. That's the thing up top there. Performance is great on PC, obviously. It's not that demanding. On the Steam Deck, 60 FPS. At 60 FPS, I probably get like 2 to 2.5 hours of battery life. If you lower to 40 FPS, which I play a lot of games on the Steam Deck at 40, mostly for the battery life improvements. At 40, you'd get closer to like 3 hours of battery life, maybe like 3:30, depending on kind of what area you're in, it seems like. I didn't realize if I'm jumping and attacking, can they do that floating thing? That's cool. Cannot get through there? Red attacks can't be absorbed. You can dash through them. Okay. Oh, I'm out of energy. Back up. Ow! Shit. I almost didn't have enough energy to... Hunt point gained. The only problem is, since I didn't play a lot of this initially, like, I don't think much of this is actually from the new expansion, so unfortunately, I'm not showing as much as I wanted to, probably, but we'll see. Maybe I'll get to some of the new stuff. can't remember exactly when this... It was August, and, like, it came out right when I was into something else big time, and I can't remember what that was. And it was like, I put it on the back burner, and, like, so many games, it's on my list of my favorites to, like, go back and check out, and I just didn't do it. It wasn't any fault of the game, like, this game. But, yeah, I just didn't go back and play it. What is that up there? Twin things. Are those new weapons? How do I cycle my weapons? Left bumper. Ooh, like a quicker... Does it give stats on them? I gotta see. So that is 14 weapon power versus 22, and very fast versus fast. And you can actually see, I think that corresponds with stats. So let's see if I go back to my stats page. Oh, I've got to be at the thing for it. What was it? It's strength, dexterity. Oh, it's in the bottom right there. Yeah, so strength is an E rating, and dexterity is a B rating. So it scales mostly on dexterity. This is just like the Souls games, but like if you're not familiar with that, so it's saying strength scales at a C, dexterity at a C, and resonance at an E. So it scales about evenly with strength and dex, whereas this one scales better with dex and a little bit with strength. So, like, when you're going through, you probably pick out, you know, core weapons and design your stats kind of around those weapons. I played through Elden Ring earlier. Yeah, I really enjoyed it. I'm very eager for them to announce whatever the follow-up is. Like, they just announced the PvP arena stuff, but I'm not big into PvP in that game, so, like, I don't even know if I'm gonna go back for it, but whenever they actually release new, like, expansion or content, I am for sure gonna check that out. I'm about to die, and I do not have the resources yet to, There we go. So do I only get those when I actually absorb things? I guess I didn't really pay enough attention to that. Oh, look, there's like an eyeball. Just noticed I got some new items here. It's like a slot. Oh, so if you wanted to, you could just use it as like a cosmetic and not like an actual... So... It gives me some health and force. I like that it's just like a percentage increase and like it's not some very esoteric... Like sometimes they give you like... Gives you 7 defense and you're like, well, what does that actually mean in the scheme of things? Come at me, bro. I got ya. I got your number. Out of energy, though? Yeah, I definitely want to work on my energy pool more than anything. I guess the eyeball. Can I absorb you? Ow! I was trying to absorb it versus, I was holding the absorb button there, and it did not do anything. Well, here's what happens when you die. And I didn't lose anything. You just respawn at your last save point. And I had this little shortcut over here already. Not really shortcut, but just... Where's the map? Yeah. Yeah, so there's weird arm thing up there. What does that represent? Lost vessel. Okay, so that's where I died at. That's where I got to get to. I know I'm not highlighting it, but I'm going the wrong way, because does this loop up there? Oh, it does. Look, it shows me like a little dotted path. That's cool. Did I go... I didn't go to the right here. Like, there's a whole path there that I didn't explore yet, I think. But I need to go get my souls. Oh, my bar's already full. So if I just kill something, I believe it gives me mass, right? But then if I absorb it, it fills up that bar, which lets me, like, regenerate and whatnot, right? Am I thinking about this right? So that filled up my bar, but I don't think it gave me any mass. Ow! Yeah, again, no mass there. But if I kill this guy... That gave me mass. So that... Is that like where you can almost choose, do you want to fill up your bar? Or do you want to get like mass, which is like what you need for your upgrades? It kind of feels like the system you're kind of working with here. Because that's filling up my mass. But my energy bar there does not go up. Yeah. So like if you need... It's kind of interesting. It lets you have a little bit of granularity. Like, do I want to level up, or do I want to, you know, get energy to be able to use like my heals and presumably other abilities, I would assume. Yeah, I couldn't break that last time. I going the right way still? More or less. Oh, I was outside of his range. Oh, I wasn't because there's like a barrier here, that's why. Oh, that was close. I don't know if I like these weapons as much as the axe kind of thing I had. Ow! I gotta go get my souls before I do anything. How would it still hit me? Alright, that time it worked. That's one thing, the absorbing, like the block kind of thing, there is definitely a pretty, like, small window. Like, you really have to time it. Maybe it's not that small. It's small for me and my, like, noob skills here. I keep thinking, like, the middle button goes right to the map, and it doesn't. I could probably change that in the settings somewhere. I'm using a PlayStation 4 remote here, and I would think that pressing, like, the middle button should pull up that map. Oh, that was my souls. So, gave me a mass back. I keep calling them souls. I'm probably going to keep calling them souls indefinitely. So my apologies if that is unacceptable to you. You should probably stop watching. So do I want to drop down? What is this thing? A blood metal splinter. I don't know if I can get back up if I drop down there. And it just kind of leads back. I think that's like a shortcut from back to where I was. There's some kind of like energy field here, right? I feel like I'm getting to like a boss or something. I definitely want to have like a good ending point here. Oh, look at all those eyeballs. Destroy challenging prey to gain their hunt point. Invest hunt points into traits from inside the surrogates to unlock your power. So I think I got one of those, right? Bro. Okay, so I get these traits now. Reduce 25% of incoming damage after failing to absorb an attack. Well, I do fail to absorb an attack pretty often. Restore 25% of your total force on successful absorb. Repelling an attack damages the attacker. 40% benefit from resonance. I can't read. What is repelling an attack? That's because I've got absorb, I've got dodge. Is there like a timing repel that I'm not? Have they introduced that yet and I just didn't notice? I like that. You get 25% of your total force on a successful absorb or repel. And so these have like multiple tiers to them. It's almost probably worth it to get the first one on each of those, maybe. And then I got a point here. I'm gonna keep going with the force. May the force be with me. I might be wrapping it up here soon. I really want to check out. I also got access to High on Life. I hit the wrong button. Ow. And I kind of want to check that out too. Ow. 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 I feel like I'm close to like some kind of cool moment here. Oh. Oh. Unless I just... What the... Well, I guess it's good at teleporting back, so I'm just, like, not instantly... Alright, so you gotta time it here. Oh, I died, didn't I? I died. Yeah. At least I'm right here. There's something over here? No, felt like there should have been. Well, I think I'll be ending this momentarily. I do enjoy this, totally digging it. The fact that it runs really well both on the PC and the Steam Deck is really nice. I've been playing more and more on my Steam Deck as of late. God darn it. So having that option is really cool. Ow! So many stabby things. Where's that go? And it gives me more incentive to play through this. It also means I probably won't do like a full playthrough on... God darn it. I probably won't do a full playthrough because I'll be playing this on PC. I'll be playing it on the Steam Deck, back and forth. But if I do put more time in this, I'll do like another follow-up video, either like a full review or just kind of like my final thoughts on it. If I put like a substantial amount of time into it, for sure. But so far, I'm definitely digging it, and right now it is on sale. I think it's 30% off. They're having a sale for this developer, and this new update comes out tomorrow, and it is pretty substantial from what I've seen. There we go. And it's nice that it's free. They're not charging for it. Though, looking on that main screen, it does look like they will be putting out probably paid, or maybe not paid. there's a spot for another piece of DLC. Whether or not that will be free or otherwise, I don't know for sure. I would assume maybe they would charge for that, but who knows with this developer. They put out this pretty substantial update for free, so good on them. Yeah, so I'm going to end it. I do want to thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this, please do like, subscribe, drop me a comment with your thoughts. And again, just want to thank everybody for watching. Have a great night.